Alright guys, welcome back to another trading recap. I just want to say thank you guys again for 100 subscribers. That is actually that's actually crazy. I've only had this channel for 3 months, so thank you guys for all your support. So I took one trade today. And yeah, so coming into the day. Okay, so no crazy news. So it was a tradable day. In terms of that, tomorrow we have unemployment claims, and then don't know if we'll trade tomorrow, and then of course bank holiday, so we're good for the rest of the week after tomorrow, which is today is the 23rd of December. So 2 days till Christmas. That's crazy. All right, so let's. Oh man. Oh jeez. Okay. Okay, just gotta clear something out about each other. Alright, so coming into the day, I only took trades on my on my 50K funded account. I'm still trying to pass evals, so trying to do that. But yeah. Okay. I gotta adjust this light. This thing's so bright. Okay, so coming into the day, we marked up previous day low and previous day highs, as well as other potential draws of where price could be heading or drawing towards. So price action today was, in my opinion, pretty bad. I shouldn't even trade today. But we'll get more into that later. We had previous day low, we ended up taking out, and then we had this previous day high as well. We also took out later on. So we took this out at the beginning of the day, pre-market. So that was already taken care of. So based on that, that should have made me more bullish. However, I had two possible scenarios that we would come down. Let me go to the 4-hour time frame. I had two possible scenarios where we can go. We could have gone to this New York low, or this 4-hour FEJ that still needs to get filled. That just made the most sense to me. But then also we had all this low resistance liquidity. So that should have made me pretty bullish overall. Yeah, it tends to be later in the week when we actually come out and down pass completely fill in this new day opening gap. That's what I've noticed at least. But okay, so 4-hour, we also have this FEJ. So it looks like price is heading there, as well as probably gonna take out this gap right here. That still is yet to be filled. As well as we have this buy side liquidity. So coming into a lower time frame on the 15-minute, we had an SMT where ES ended up taking out this high before NQ did, but NQ continued to push higher. So I thought NQ was not gonna go and push up, and wasn't expecting NQ to also want to take out these highs on this buy side liquidity, but we ended up doing that. So all right, so all the trades I took, I missed my opportunity to go long here. Like I said, if you guys watch my other video, you know I've struggled to get the overall big move. I kind of just look to take 5-minute to 15-minute, which is effective if I'm following my entry model, as well as being patient, which for some reason, I don't know why, but just seemed, I'll explain it later. But okay, so here we have this 15-minute. This was a potential trade I was gonna take, and then I never got the opportunity to, which is really unfortunate. Like, I knew we were gonna come back into this 15-minute FEJ right here. I just absolutely missed my opportunity to, and then I was waiting for like a confirmation. Let's see. So yeah, honestly, I could have definitely taken it. I mean, we inverse this. Yeah, it would have been a good. I had it set up too. I don't know. I don't even know why I didn't take it. There was something else, but okay. It doesn't matter. Okay, so coming back to the 15-minute. As you can see here in the title of the video, you know, I lost today. We're on a pretty good losing streak. We've had more wins than our losses, but the thing is, when we lose, we tend to just lose a lot more money than we win. So, pretty unfortunate. And I'll explain more of what I need to improve personally and what you guys should take into consideration. Which I'm sure you guys probably have a little bit more experience than I do, but yeah, I learn each time from my losses. But yeah, so you can see here I targeted this 15-minute on this leg, right here. However, we never ended up coming at all on the day, coming back into this, so pretty frustrating. You can tell, if you guys watched my previous from yesterday, you would have known that I lost a lot of money from a 5-minute FUJ, and now it's the 15-minute FUJ today. So both of those targets just absolutely were not working for me. So yeah, I was targeting this. I never traded on my 10K FTMO account. So that's still good. Profits are good there. But this, however, as you can see, we lost $170 today. So definitely I guess I'll take the loss in terms of like how much we lost, just because we actually didn't even get stopped out. Okay, I'll explain. Sorry if I'm like struggling to talk. I'm so tired. I woke up at, I'm not trying to like complain, but like I woke up really, really early, and then after I went to the gym and then worked out some more, so very tiring. But okay, we're locked in. So basically, what happened, as you can see here, price action was just horrible today. I mean, absolutely. Like, I was trying to do some other trades in terms of like inverse. We inversed it, we went back, it was going down, and then we inversed the inverse, and then it was just so bad. It was horrible price action today, I'm telling you. Unless you guys managed to get some good trades. Maybe I think it might just be my draw, like where I think price is going to go. Like my main draw where price I think is going to go for the day. I think that might be messing me up mentally and both just like in my trades. But I'm going to do some more journaling and try to figure out what's up. But okay, so as you can see here, we ended up inversing this 1 minute. We ended up coming back up into the inverse, having a bearish reaction. I entered right here, okay? So I waited for price to develop. It, to me, in my eyes, was a very good trade. I thought we were going to come down, respect the 15-minute, and then continue this bullish upwards trend. However, we didn't, and the reason why also, well, I guess what I've observed is that what price does, it tends to head one direction. So I have this, when it first comes out, right, we'll have like a move, a fake out, right? We'll have some type of manipulation, either just really quick or it's like it takes a bit, but we have the manipulation and then we continue a certain way. However, right, we kind of did have like, so 6:30, we had a huge candle, and then this was like our manipulation kind of, but usually when price heads a certain way on the day, it stays that way. It just goes that way and it continues that. So I should have just been ultimately bullish, but we weren't targeting any big trades. Like we were just trying to do some quick retracements, which have not been working for us recently. We've just been absolutely getting cooked and fried. So we came down here. I didn't go break even because I was waiting to pass at least this candle right here. Um, I got to start going break even on these trades, or I mean, I don't know. I don't even want to take partials yet because it's so early. I would have waited for at least the 50% of my TP, but we never even got there. We ended up coming down. And I think what I need to do, honestly, is just okay. Well, actually, I did do it with this trade. So as you can see here, maybe it was on the 30-second. That's why. Okay, now I gotta find it again. Nah, this. Okay, yeah. So this should have been enough where we inverse this. I thought we were just respecting it. I'm gonna show it on the 1 minute because it's clear. So after we had a reaction, we ended up consolidating. There was dojis being formed, which means that there's indecision in the market. So that being said, I should have been like, okay, we should probably exit our position. Just because of how much we're consolidating. So, and then we ended up getting this distribution after this accumulation. So, yeah, I should have seen it like that. Pretty stupid. I wasn't using my brain. Now looking back, we ended up inversing this. So after we inverse this 1 minute right here, with this candle, I waited a little bit. We closed like right here. So right here, we ended up closing right here. And this is where we actually closed. So I leave this because this was my stop, right? I put it where the lake was, of where I entered, and yeah, this would have been a great trade if we were to come down. But however, sometimes exiting early could be bad and could be good, right? If you really are certain and you're like firm, like your gut's telling you, okay, probably should exit this, and if you're feeling that greed, like okay, you're hoping that it goes the other way, or you know, you're trying to like, oh, I don't want to lose money though. I mean, sometimes exiting early is the best thing to do. So we exited right here. We lost 169. Oh wait, it reset on the day. We lost $169, and yeah, we would have ended up coming down a little bit, but then we would have just losing around $294, I believe it was, on this trade. So, I mean, that's why I said I take the loss, even though we lost money on the day. I'd still take it. And then, yeah, price just ended up, it was so bad today, in my opinion. I mean, look at this. Like, jeez. I guess this was after I was done trading. Yeah, but still, it was just, price today was just horrible. At least in my opinion. I don't know. I mean, I guess this was... I'm sure you guys probably got longs and did pretty good. Well, I don't know. Is it bad? I mean... I don't know. It was okay, I guess. I mean... But yeah, so that basically sums it up. Pretty long video for one trade, but yeah. So overall, we're at $48,361. So those of you don't know, the maximum drawdown is $2,000 on a 50K account, and if you go below 2,000, at least I believe almost 100% with Alpha Futures, you're allowed to. It doesn't just kick your account like instantly. You're allowed to like dive a little bit under and then go back up. So if you go a little bit below 2,000 and you're still like in a trade, and I believe it's like, I don't know, I'm pretty sure it works. I remember reading something about that, but yeah, $361. We have to have really tight stops, and just not even just that, it has to be like, I have to be 100% certain like price is gonna go, which I should already be doing, so this will force me even more. But yeah, you guys will know soon enough if I blow this account or if we can bring it back. But I'm not just giving up. I've been at this point with a lot of other funded accounts Just like this recent one, I got really close to blowing it, and then I ended up bringing it back up. So we're gonna be really safe, not taking any stupid trades like this. We're gonna be extremely patient, following our entry model by the book, only entering really good trades. And I'm gonna be looking for not these quick retracements. I will if they present itself, but ultimately what I'm looking for is like a bigger, I guess, trade, like in terms of like, okay, if we inverse, let's say we can go here, I guess, like we inverse this, right? And we see, okay, we have buy side, we have all this low resistance liquidity, we have this buy side right here, or look at this really good draw right here, right? Or we look at just session highs, and just what we could have done, and like trades, I mean, like this, we inverse here, right? And then we could actually, I wouldn't even enter this just because I would wait to make sure price is actually confirmed that it's going back up. So this would not be a good trade unless you were targeting like one of these highs, like buy side liquidity. But I would have waited because once we inverse, price tends a lot of the time to come back in. I cannot talk. Okay, sorry guys. I need to lock in. I won't hold you guys here much longer, but just bear with me. All right. Okay. So price tends to come back down and revisit after we inverse a gap. It tends to revisit that that gap that we inverse. So that's exactly what we did. We inversed this. Here, I'll draw it out for you guys. If you guys don't know what gap I'm talking about. I'm talking about this one. This is on the 5 minute because this is the highest time frame within that 30-second and 5 minute range where we had an FVJ. That's part of my strategy. And yeah, so I would have waited if we were going to take a really actually like good trade. I would have waited for price to come back up into here. This is all just noise, right? This. And then we could have gone down, revisit this, confirm that we don't actually go push below this, but we do have this reaction. And then following that, we inverse this right here. We inverse this, we tap back into the inverse, and then we target either this, if we're thinking that it might make equal highs, or if we're really confident and feeling it, we can target that. So now marking it out, it's crazy how simple this stuff is. Like sometimes you just gotta go on the charts and be like, just look at when market opens and then be like, okay, we had this inversion or whatever your strategy may be. We had this and then boom, it's just simple, It's crazy how simple it is, and sometimes you just have to, you just gotta learn from your mistakes, and if you're making stupid trades like this, like I am, it is what it is. But I will take the loss today. We're gonna try to bring this account back up, save it. Now, since we're almost down 2,000, now we gotta make like 5,000, close to $5,000, to pass this account. So we're digging our grave here. But yeah, so that pretty much sums it up. Yeah, I had something else I was gonna say. No. Okay, so that wraps it up for this recap. I hope you guys learned something. I'll keep you guys updated. If we take any trades, and yeah, so I'm just gonna, I think ultimately, before we end this video, I think I know how to win, I know how to, win. If you saw from my other videos, like one day I won like, it was like I took 7 trades or something like that, or 6 trades, and then I won like 4 out of like the 6. Like I'm winning you know, those trades on those days. But I think I don't. It's you gotta learn how to take a loss, right? And I think that is ultimately what makes you a good trader. It's not about winning more. It's about learning how to cut your losses and limit those losses. Like instead of thinking, okay, how can I, you know, of course you got to think, okay, well, how do I, you know, win this trade? You also got to think, okay, where might I lose this trade? Where, and what I'm thinking, where could I possibly lose? You got to think about all the possibilities. You got to think about, okay, how could I lose this, right? And you got to think, okay, how can I cut that loss, right? So if it's going break even, if it's taking partials, you know, it's doing all that to limit that loss, so you're not losing more than, you know, you're winning, right? And it's just, it can be frustrating at times. And you know, I'm still trying to learn, you know, like, you know, I just gotta learn how to take a loss, in terms of just limiting those losses, which will ultimately make me a better trader. So that was a pretty long video for one trade. Holy. That's pretty much all I have for you guys. Thank you guys. If you got to the end of this video, thank you for watching. And without further ado, peace. Happy holidays. Peace, 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 peace.